¿Qué tal?
Hola.
Verónica, bueno, felicidades. Hoy mostraste mucha paciencia, mucho control durante los 3 rounds, incluso cuando Brogan quería también cambiar el ritmo. ¿En qué momento de la pelea tú sentiste que estaba bajo tu control y que podías ganarla? Bienvenida.
Bueno, creo que demasiada paciencia, ¿no? Eso es lo que había pensado. No voy a tener tanta esta pelea. En la última titubeé mucho para empezar. Y estaba planeada ser un poquito más agresiva, ir con mis combinaciones y no lo hice tanto como quería, pero en el primer round yo sentía que era mejor técnicamente, que tenía más poder en las manos, que mi grappling estaba bueno suficiente para la pelea también. Entonces, del primero me sentí mucho más confiante, me sentí bien en el cardio también, entonces sentí que era como mi pelea para perder.
Bueno, hoy se notó justamente eso, ¿no? La versión más madura, la versión más completa de Veronica Hardy. ¿Qué fue lo más importante que cambió tu mentalidad y la preparación también de lo que fue tu última pelea hasta el día de hoy de tu victoria?
Creo que fue muy importante para mí pensar en la cosa mental, en estar presente. Muchas veces cuando uno está peleando, uno no se está peleando con su oponente, sino consigo mismo. Está en que, mira, dale, ahí está el momento. Y tú, sí, ya voy. Y en eso, en estar presente, en ver las combinaciones, en hacerlo. Me faltó durante esta pelea, pero también tuve muy buen equipo para entrenar. Estuve entrenando con Piera, con Ryan Díaz, que entrené antes en Canadá con él. Y él tiene muy buena energía. Por supuesto, mi esposo, Sean Strickland, Kenny Johnson. Tuve un super campamento con mujeres de muy alto nivel y poder practicar el sparring, sentir que esto es solo una vez más que estoy viniendo en esta posición, sé que estoy aquí y tenerlo todo más junto me fue muy útil.
Justamente eso, has pasado igual momentos muy duros y aún así volviste a ganar mucha determinación. ¿Cuál es tu mensaje que te gustaría hacer llegar a todas esas mujeres que están luchando por cumplir sus metas dentro y fuera del deporte?
Toma bastante coraje decir al crítico interno que uno tiene que se calle. Eh, pero hay que hacerlo, hay que tomar el paso en la dirección correcta para ser la persona que siempre has podido ser. Y yo pienso que si lo haces, que si trabajas duro y que si vas momento a momento, crees en ti mismo y no dejas que la cosa ¿sabes? Te lancen para abajo. Si no te salió bien, ¿y qué? Así es la vida. Las cosas no siempre salen perfectas. Uno tiene que levantarse e ir de nuevo. Eso nunca va a ser diferente y eso es la belleza de la vida. Gracias.
I know some of these you've already answered, but we'll do it in English too. So I guess, the emotions after that victory was a hard-fought win, but, clean sweep on the rounds.
Yes. I was a bit disappointed on my hesitation for the fight. That was one of the main focuses, is not to be so hesitant. I was very much so in the last one, and I've been sitting on it for the past 11 months. It was slightly less this fight, but there was still some of that there. There's still a lot of that to work on, but I feel like I have such a great team now that I'm just going to build on. I'm just getting started. I have a great team of women that I get to train with, of coaches, and that I'm taking a step in the right direction.
The broadcast, kind of go off of that, the broadcast team said that they knew you had more in the bag than you were showing. Is that kind of what you were referring to in the hesitation part of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like my corner team knows that. Like the people I've seen in the training team, they all know that. And it's such a mind game. It's such a go, man. You have the skills to do it. Go. And then you don't go, and then you're gonna sit on it for a few months, and you're gonna regret this moment. And it's that battle constantly over and over again in your mind, and it's such a battle to control that, to just be present. And I wasn't as much as I should have been, but I've taken a step in the right direction, and I'm just gonna build on that.
Can you talk to me about that armbar at the end of the first round? Because it seems like you thought that she had tapped, and it obviously looked pretty deep in there.
Yeah, I mean, I felt her arm snap. I felt it crack several times, which is why I thought the fight was over. It wasn't. It was there was a 10-second clapper. There was a lot of chaos. I did say I thought the fight was over. I thought that she did, but but there's a lot of adrenaline, a lot of chaos. I'm not saying that she did if she didn't, but I thought, yeah, it was deep.
Did you have to switch back on, or after you thinking the fight was over?
Yeah, a little bit, but ironically, I saw the fight with Jake Matthews and Neil Magny, and it was the point where the fight, that you think it's over, and then it's not, and then it slips away from you. So that played in my head immediately as that happened. I'm like, don't get an adrenaline dump. You see what that's happened, and that's like the beauty of watching other fighters and learning from them, that you don't have to go and make those same mistakes. You can see that from them, and you can switch that and think that in the moment in order to evolve and.
In terms of your own career, I guess, where do you want to go next from here? Because, the broadcast team said maybe you could get a ranked opponent next, and maybe you don't have to wait the 11 months like you had been referring to. So what do you want next for you?
Next is I just want to come back and keep working. I want to fight earlier next year, but there definitely needs to be changes if I'm going to fight a ranked opponent. I can't go out there like I did today. I can't be hesitating like that. I have, as I said, I have more skills in the bank. I have everything that I need to be in the rankings. I just have to fix my mind.
And then just last one for me. One of the narratives around your fight is you always kick off the cards. Like, you're always the first fight of the night. Almost like dating back like
Get the people going.
Like, do you like that position, or do you want to fight higher on the card?
I mean, I like it. Like, when you're going to fight, I live in the UK, and my mother-in-law, bless her, she is so stressed out when I fight. Like, she vigorously cleans the bathrooms when I'm out, and for them that's midnight, so for them not to wait so long, it's actually pretty cool. It works out great, and now I get to go back and enjoy the rest of this card, which is incredible, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Felicitaciones por la victoria. ¿Cuál ha sido la diferencia más grande desde que entrenaste con Extreme Couture para este campamento?
Para mí la diferencia ha sido mucho en el sparring. Tuve mucho tiempo para practicar con mujeres de muy alto nivel. Tuve con Piera Rodríguez, tuve con Tatiana Suárez, Hailey, estuvo Pani. Tuve muchas mujeres que me están ayudando, que me presentan problemas diferentes porque tienen cuerpos diferentes, tienen estilos diferentes. Y es esa cuestión de estar presente durante y resolver los problemas que tienes enfrente. También he tenido muy buenos entrenadores que me han ayudado, como Sean Strickland, Ryan Díaz, mi esposo, por supuesto, que están ahí y me están dando tips donde puedo de semana en semana evolucionar, que es bastante importante.
Veronica, right here. Congratulations. Coming off of that last fight and obviously the time in between fights, was there more pressure? I know obviously your last fight wasn't your first loss, but you'd been on a good win streak. Was there a little bit of that mentally to overcome going into this fight?
Yeah, I started to feel it more like these past few weeks. I'm like, oh, coming off a loss, better not do that shit again. Especially not hesitate. You better not hesitate and be like that. And, I did a little bit, and there was some pressure there for that, especially because I came in here tonight to prove something to myself. I thought it was very important for just my personal growth that I come in here and I proved to myself, like, I trained so hard. I trained so much. There's so many different skills that I have that I don't show because I am my own worst enemy, because I'm holding myself back, and I want to stop that, because that's important not only for MMA but for the rest of my life. And I don't want to have those, those moments when I'm like, oh, you could have done more, man, and you didn't. So yeah, there was some pressure with that.
You've talked in previous interviews how, you've traveled a lot to train different places, live different places. Is this setup, like training out of Vegas with the guys and, more here on the West Coast, is that going to be the plan going forward for a minute in terms of your next camp?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Piera and I are such great training partners that, I love to be around her. I love her energy to train. She's serious. She takes it very serious, and she's dedicated. It doesn't matter if she's tired. It doesn't matter if she came from 4 other trainings. She'll show up, and that makes me show up, and that makes us all better. And she's a great leader in that. And to come and to be with her, her to bring out Kenny Johnson and to offer him as a coach for all of us, to make us all better. That's something she set such a great example that, I want to be around that. And I think we could do great things together. So yes, I will come back here.
I think a lot of people, when they hear this, sometimes they have preconceived notions. What is Sean Strickland like as a coach? Can you just shed some light on what he's really like outside the cameras?
I mean, he's hilarious, you know? Like, he'll come and he'll help us out, and then he'll be like, I hate teaching women's MMA. It's just, I hate it. And then he'll, like, walk away and come back and give us, like, 30 more tips to make us better. You know, he really cares. And like, not only for the women, but, like, guys, I've seen him in the gym tell a guy, like, hey, take off your stuff. You're not going to spar anymore. You know, you got to protect your brain. And that's Sean Strickland telling you that. If Sean Strickland's telling you you gotta protect your brain, man, like, you better put those gloves down. And he cares. He cares about everybody. Probably not the best vocabulary, because he'll be like, come over here, let me show you how I kicked your ass. You know? So if you understand that he's doing it from a good place, you can learn a lot from him, and he has a lot to give and a lot to teach. So I'm thankful that he does that for us.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Veronica, over here.
Yeah.
How would Sean Strickland assess your performance today? Like, what do you think he's going to tell you?
I don't think he's going to be that happy. He'll be like, dude, what the fuck? There's going to be a lot of curse words to that. And he's like, I told you, just wrestle. You just wrestle in this position. Why were you just holding? But, you know, at least I'll come back and he'll yell at me some more and make me better, so I don't mind.
Congratulations.
Thank you. All good? Thank you, guys.